All right, questions for Coach Stevens? Start with Scott Davis.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, there's been a lot of attention paid to the atmosphere in the bubble, and obviously it's going to be different with no fans. But I was curious if you feel like the intensity of the games in the playoffs are up to what they'd normally be, in a typical season.
Yeah, I think the intensity of the playoffs, the intensity of the seeding games, everything's been high-level basketball.
John Corrales.
Brad, knowing that the team has maybe had a propensity to let go of the rope, as they say, from time to time, how do you avoid that going into a game 3 after winning game 2 so easily?
Well, I think it's called human nature for a reason. So bottom line is, if you want to be special, you're unique. You're not like you're able to focus on the task at hand. You're able to understand how hard it is to win. But, we were really fortunate to win. That game got blown open. But, we made a lot of plays that were fortunate plays just to stay in the game. And then we were able to, make a run off of that. So, this game is all about being able to stay in the moment, do your job as well as you can. And for us, we have a very specific formula to play for us to be successful. And if we don't do it, we're probably in trouble. And we've seen that different times in the last couple games.
Question in person, Rebecca Harlow.
Coach, with Marcus Smart, obviously what he brings defensively is incredible. But when you take a look at the fact that you're playing him 31 minutes a game over these first 2, he's just 3 for 16. What kind of luxury is it to be able to have him stay on the floor knowing that you've got shooters around him still if he's having a night where he's struggling?
Well, he's had such a good shooting year, good shooting 2 years. So I'm not worried about that at all. I look at one stat with Marcus, win or loss, and he impacts winning so much. And even, I don't know what his plus minus was the last 2 games, but I'm guessing it was really high. And so we trust him. We think he's going to make the right play. He knows how to play on both ends at such a high level that whether or not he makes shots is, we just move on. And when he does, we expect it to go in, but at the same time, we know that his value to winning is so much more than that.
Are you seeing him frustrated, though, at the same time? Obviously, he's a competitor. He doesn't want to be.
Everybody wants to see the ball go through the net. I saw him kind of throw his arms up after he made the 3 yesterday, but I don't ever worry about it when somebody goes into a little shooting slump, because that just means there's more makes coming. It's just law of averages work themselves out in that regard. Yep.
Sherrod Blakely.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Hi, Sherrod.
I wanted to ask you about just Jayson Tatum. It seems that every game he's doing something that no Celtic that young has been able to do. And I'm just curious where his game has grown. Where have you seen the most growth in his game as the season has progressed to where he's at now, where he's, it's no surprise when you see him go out there and get 30 a night.
I just think he's consistently gotten better at every part of the game. I think he, when you take that next step is when you do all those things against different defenses over and over. And last night he saw blitzing, he saw switching, he saw back, he saw all kinds of different defenses and was able to read and make the appropriate play. That's what makes the great ones so special. Is it's not like you're just going to be allowed to do what you want every night. Other teams are trying to take away what you do. And so to be able to read all those different scenarios is something that at a young age he's already experienced, and he'll just get better and better. But he's always been, able to read and react on the fly extremely quickly.
Brian Robb.
Hey, Brad. Kemba really seemed to help you guys sustain the momentum in the second half there after the second quarter. Were what have you seen from him just in the series, from his ability to read the Sixers defense and just make the right decision there, whether it's for him or for a teammate?
Well, hey, those guards are hard to score on, and I think that Kemba's done a good job of using screens to try to separate as much as he can. The way that they play, you've really got to get off the screen and give yourself great separation. He's great at that. It was good to see a couple of those pull-ups go down, and I think that ultimately the best play of last night was when he got blocked at the rim and then ran back and tipped it away from Embiid in transition, led to Jalen's dunk. That was everything we want to be about on that play, and I think that it was cool that it was Kemba.
Question in person, Gary Washburn.
Right. What went into putting Tacko on the active list? And then for all the hard work he's put in and tried to develop his game and become an NBA player, to be able to put him out there in a playoff game and have him, I mean, it's got to be kind of a reward for him.
Well, first of all, I'm happy for him. I'm glad that the NBA has tweaked the rules with regard to allowing two ways to be active in the playoffs. So, against Philly, it's just a matter of size. They just have so much size. And so he probably won't play, but being, 13th guy or being available for a play here or there is nice. And, but it was good to have him be able to get in. I thought he did a good job. And his size is definitely a factor, right? And so, we're certainly not, going to avoid using him again. If we need him for a minute, a possession, whatever the case may be, he's got to be ready.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Yeah.
We'll have